welcome to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, welcome to you. So, Libra, my lovely Librans, what have I got here for you today? So, a little bit different. Back in the 80s, guys, there was a collection, The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. Okay, it was big. There was diaries, books, photo albums, like I have here. And I've got a few of these, and I thought, you know what, I want to utilise these albums, and this is what I've done. I'm going to read your beautiful reading from this creative album. I have sort of mocked it up a little bit with some little funky tarot cards, okay, at the front. So we're going to read from this. What I did was I sat quietly, I just pulled 15 cards to put in this album, and we're going to read the book together and see what comes out for you, Libra. So let's open the book for you. Do you like my funky little tarot cards? There you can see them. So yeah, they're beautiful albums though, and I just thought I'm going to use these, something a little bit different. It's like reading a story, isn't it? So, once upon a time, Libra, what came out this week for you? We have the card of productivity. A beautiful card, and also with the productivity card, it's as though her younger self, okay, is standing beside the older self. So for some of you it can be nostalgia, reminiscing over your youth, okay, your childhood maybe. It can also mean nurturing a child, okay, putting them sort of at ease about something at this moment in time. Obviously not everybody is going to have children, but there's something about productivity, as in you're either, if you have got children, you're working on something with them. You could also be, they could be going through a situation where they're not well at this time, because I look at the green in this card, and you could be sort of protecting them. There's like a protective stance here around a child, but it's also protecting the child within you. I feel some of you have sat there of late and gone through that stage of, if only I hadn't have done that, I wish I hadn't have done that, if only I'd have done that, okay, I wouldn't be sort of in this situation now, things could have been very different. It's a very sort of, I want to say negative energy, because when we think of things in our past and we know too well we cannot change that situation, but we become bitter sometimes of, I let the inner child down, I let myself down when I was younger, I allowed that to happen to me, okay? So I do feel some struggles here, but the productivity is you are working, or you are working through these demons, okay? You are releasing this karma, you are releasing all that negativity, and by doing so, look at the green in this card, and it means to say that you are healing from it by dealing with those demons from your past. So it is a productive exercise that you are healing from. Interesting. So what did we have next out in the storybook for you? And it's this card here of the sixth chakra archangel Metatron. And I always look at the bright light in this card, okay? It's as though the angel shines a light on a subject and they draw close to you, saying the truth is being illuminated, you are on the right path, okay? You were blind for a while. I look for the 40 being a blind number. You know, they always shout out in sort of bingo houses when they've got 20, blind 20, 40, blind 40. So I'm going with that aspect here of you were blinded to the truth, and the angels have sort of opened up that and allowed you to see that you are following the right path. And it's nothing more than a miracle. The Archangel Metatron is like saying, this is a miraculous energy that is working around you. Okay, and they're doing all their best to work you through the emotional side of things as well. It's a beautiful energy, okay? So we now have Libra, clean it up. Okay, clean it up. And I feel the 21st of February in this scenario here of clean it up is going to be significant for some of you. Clean up your act as well. It can be. It can actually mean having a total spring clean as well. Cleaning your living space out for some of you. But the 21st of February, they're telling me here as I sit looking at this card, is poignant, significant date for some of you, okay, where something's going to happen on that day of importance. But I feel like it's about cleaning your act up, Libra. So we now have, I need bigger hands to hold this book. We've got the animal spirit cards coming out for you of the octopus, okay, which is the alchemical sign of water, coming out with the air sign, your own sign of the hummingbird, okay. The hummingbird is a fast energy. And I say a fast energy, but it's not going anywhere very fast, okay. The irony of this card is, because if you look at a hummingbird, how fast its wings are going, this is like your energy, okay? Your energy is slowly starting to pick up to a fast pace, but because it's saying you can't go too fast, because if you do, you're not going to be able to move forward. You won't have the energy to move forward. The octopus energy is sort of all over the place energy, okay. This is the energy that you sort of have been in of late. Very chaotic energy, okay. A lot of things going on in your mind sense. But we've got the air sign coming in here of the hummingbird, like to say you get things back in control. Because you look at the control of a hummingbird when it's sort of, its wings are flapping so quickly, and yet it's on point, precision, accuracy. Okay, the octopus is all over the place. The hummingbird is in control. It's structured. But again, we've got light here coming in. So there's going to be light on a subject coming in for you, and light through the darkness that you've been in as well. And I feel the hummingbird represents a person that sort of comes in fast 1 minute and then disappears the next, okay? So they're sort of coming with information or communication, and then they've gone again. And it's it's like that energy drives you nuts, okay? It's either you like consistency and you sort of get a message off this person and then they've gone again, and then you get a message off this person and then it could be 3 or 4 weeks before you hear off them again, and it drives you to distraction, okay? That people promise things to contact you or follow up with some information, and then this hummingbird energy, it's like they're all there 1 minute and then they've just disappeared the next. And I just feel that just to be mindful of that energy around you, okay? So we then have out the cosmos, creativity and vastness. I'm sure you had this out last week. I'm sure you had this come out in your weekly read last week. But yeah, the cosmos, creativity and vastness. I feel the energy of the night time some of you connect with better, as in some of you may stay up late, okay, because you find when the world is asleep, your energy works better in the nighttime hours, and you may be finding yourself staying up later, okay? Not everybody is going to be in this situation, but I do feel this is coming out for some of my Librans, where the wee small hours of like 1 or 2 in the morning, you can find yourself up, even if it's just having a drink and collecting your thoughts before going back to sleep again. I do feel there's some of my Librans out there who are finding a pattern of where they're waking up early on a regular basis while the world is still sleeping, if that makes sense to some of you. But there's a creativity here, there's a vastness to say. There's something that you need to be putting out to the world. Your creativity, your talents, to the cosmos. And you're also being given a silver lining. The universe is sending you out a silver lining, my lovely Librans. So, the next card that comes out for you is opportunity. Opportunity comes knocking, and the opportunity lies within your hands. You are putting foundations down here, strong foundations for the future. And there's this sense of liberation, freedom. Reach for the stars, Libra. Use that energy around you that is being harnessed in from your angels. And reach for the stars, because there's opportunities, new opportunities here. And they are deep-rooted, strong opportunities coming in for you. And we have the 3 of Fire. You are being directed by Spirit. You are being protected. There's confidence here in your energies. And you've got this passion of wanting to do this as well. Feel like some of you are going to be tickled pink. Look at the pink in this card with some good news. Okay, you're going to hear some good news coming in that's going to make you happy. So, the next cards that come out for you is the Tower and the White Rose of Hope. What 2 beautiful cards. Sometimes in our life, things happen for a reason, to make change. The Tower is about change within our lives, okay? Whether that's change we sort of implement ourselves, or change where the universe makes things happen. And sometimes at the time we think, you know, it can be devastating, it can be heartbreaking, but then we realise maybe a little bit further down the line, that meant to happen. I meant to break up with that person. I meant to have all the heartache off that person, because it puts me in a better position, because if I hadn't have broken up with that person, I'd have never met this fantastic person who was supposed to come into my life. That kind of an energy, okay? White Rose of Hope here. I feel this is to do with, again, your inner spirit saying, don't give up hope. Okay, whatever you are feeling at this moment in time, because of the Tower moment that is around you, whether that's affecting your health, your work, okay, your finances, your relationships, whatever that is, and you're standing there thinking, why is this happening? Why do I feel like I'm getting the worst end of the stick here? No, there's a change. It's happening for a reason, Libra. We now have out the card of Spirit Messages, okay? Observe limitations, key to some of my Librans. I feel some of you have to observe your limitations, especially those with ill health who only know how much they can cope with, how much they can do in the day where they need to rest. Observe your limitations on finances as well. It's not a, you know, a bottomless pit of money that you can go out and spend. And it's saying here, just be careful and observe the situations and your limitations around you at this given point in time. It's a bird, and that's about communication, and that can be observe your limitations on texting somebody or communicating with somebody at this moment in time. So we then have the card of the fairy energy. Growth, expansion, a flowering. Look at the light on the subject again here. You're being protected at the moment. You feel like you may be in the dark, but you don't realise that you are being guided and being protected. And I always look at the card as pastures new here. Fresh ground, new adventures, and pastures new. We then have wishing you health and air element. Wishing you health is a big key focus for some of my Libras, to do with your own health situation at the moment. And air element is your own air element. Okay, you are an air sign. But it's like the burdens have been lifted, the weights have been lifted. You feel as though your health is improving, especially with the wishing your health card by the fairies here. It's a slow progress, but it's a positive progress, okay? So you are moving forward there. So we're just going to turn over the last page then and see what comes out here for you from Spirit. And it says, remember, you can't expect something for nothing, especially love. You have to give it out to get it back. Okay, so you can't expect something for nothing. A message from Spirit coming in. You have to give it out to get it back. And I've always been a big believer of that. If you're generous hearted and you give out to others, you will get you sort of twice fold back, because you didn't expect anything. But Spirits are coming through to say here, if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, okay, nothing seems to be going my way, nothing seems to be happening for me, then you've got to remind yourself, what am I doing to put out back into the universe? We can't always take. We do have to be generous ourselves and give out freely in return. So just to be mindful of that, okay? Some people obviously can't afford to be generously natured, which I understand. It doesn't mean to say money has to be involved when we're being kind. We can just give a listening ear to somebody. Just take time out and try and understand maybe somebody around you, their actions, where you may look upon them as they don't seem to be engaging, or they don't seem to be listening to me. But you've got to ask yourself then, hang on a minute then, why maybe that they are feeling not themselves. They could be not very well themselves, and go within. Don't always prejudge somebody by your standards. Just sort of sit and think, maybe I should open myself up there and listen, or try and understand and not judge too harshly. I feel like I want to say, don't judge too harshly, Libra. So, my lovelies, I hope you like the concept of that with the readings. It certainly helps me to quietly sit and prepare. Okay, I don't actually sort of preempt what I'm going to say. I just read the cards as they come out, which I always like to do, because I have to work with Spirit anyway. I have got some little cards here. That was a gift from somebody who won one of my giveaways recently, and she sent me a little booklet. Okay, so in the little booklet were 12 sort of little pictures and poems. So I'm just going to randomly pick a card out for you from here. That one there, I feel. We have this beautiful picture, and it says, I am nobody. Who are you? Okay. With a little poem on the back of, I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. Don't tell. They'd banish us, you know. How dreary to be somebody. How public, like a frog, to tell your name the livelong day to an admiring bog. Some of these poems on the back of here make me smile. They really do. So I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. Don't tell. They'd banish us, you know. How dreary to be somebody. How public, like a frog, to tell your name the livelong day to an admiring bog. Oh my goodness, so how do we decipher this poem out that this person has written, this Emily Dixon? What was she on back in the day, we ask oneself. But now, the question on the card itself is, I'm nobody, who are you? Okay, and we've got two frogs here. I'm nobody, who are you? Okay, so it's all about these little two frogs. But I want to say it's two people on the same wavelength. And it's like to say, you're on the same wavelength, you're going to work together on something. And it's like how dreary to be somebody, as in how dreary it would be to be like a sheep, as in like a sheeple, being just that person who is a slave to society. And this is what I feel is saying in this message for you, Libra, of this is me. I'm a free-spirited person. I like to do what I believe is right. I like to follow my own beliefs. I like to converse with people who are on my wavelength, okay? And it's the freedom of being a nobody. Because a somebody always wants to know what's going on, where a nobody is a nobody and they are happy to be in their own little world. So, my lovely Libras, I hope you can take something from that message. And until I read for you again, look after yourselves. Please, guys, any comments I do appreciate. It just keeps this channel growing. So until next time, you take care of yourself. Bye then.